find that Latinas in particular, there's a pressure that's put on them to have a particular like beauty standard that they need to meet?
There could be, yeah, there could be. Not necessarily like I didn't grow up in a home where I was forced to do things, or like I recently saw on a podcast online where like she said that in the Dominican culture we are basically forced to wear fajas when we're little. And I didn't grow up like that. So I'm only going to speak off my experiences and what I lived. I didn't grow up like that. I did know that my mom, you know, and I was a little chubby growing up. I was a chubby girl. I was allowed to eat anything I wanted. But I do know that there is a certain age with us girls that they just start telling us, you know, like, mami, like, you know, cuídate, like, cuida, like, you know, la boca y eso, cosas así. But it's not, again, everything that was told to me came from a place of love. So nothing was ever forced. But I do see that we do have a little bit of that pressure to stay on point, to watch our figure, to just, you know, watch our skin, no coja mucho sol, you know, or, you know, like maintain your hair fixed. And I am sorry, but I am grateful for that. And I appreciate it. I felt I was not suppressed. I wasn't, it wasn't a mistreatment. It was more of a like, okay, this is what shaped me to want to look the way that I look, to always make sure I looked apart. You know, I don't know. I like it. And if I ever have a daughter, she's going to be like that too. Like, hello.
So do you find that creates unnecessary insecurity in young girls?
It can. Just like everything else in the world, Victoria. Everything else can. You just have to teach your child to be strong and self-love. Self-love comes from home. Mm-hmm. So I always feel like it's not what you're saying is a delivery. Mm-hmm. It's how you say things. Mm-hmm. So if you want to make sure, if you have a daughter and she is, you know, there's certain kids that they put a little bit more weight on when they're little, and then they go through puberty and their whole body changes. Boys can be chubby all through their like 14 years old, and then after they hit 15, they're all long as a tree. I don't know how that happens. Que crecen muchísimo y se ponen super. It's just the way that you are speaking to your child. It's going to happen everywhere you go. The minute your child steps out of that home, if you did not teach them self-love or to be confident or to have tough skin, they're going to feel insecurity outside in the world. It's not the mom and father's fault. Es como lo dicen. We could be a little rough with what we say. Mm-hmm. Los hispanos, nuestra cultura, we're too así, como que no medimos la boca. Like I tell my mom, a veces, mídete, por favor. Like, I know you don't mean any, and she's learned so much. I'm the youngest of 5, and she had me when she was 38 years old.
Wow.
She was already a grown-ass woman, about to hit 40, had a whole style of raising kids. My 4 siblings, you know, born in the 70s, and then I was born here in America, different. She was like becoming a mom all over again. So within that raising me, she also learned to do things differently. And it was a new way of teaching. And I've taught her, mami, eso no se dice. Like, watch your mouth. You know, y ella, she's so grateful about that, you know.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Do you think that the pressure is put on Latinas with this beauty standard and to just, you know, keep ourselves together is for the appeasement of men?
Oh my God, that's such a controversial question. I can see that. Yeah. Para que tú encuentres un hombre y te case y tengas tus niños, because that's what we're taught. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're taught that it takes for our generation to be like, no, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be that. Pero that is very big in our culture. Tú tienes que, madre, hijo, tú tienes que atender a tu esposo y tienes que verte bien y tienes que hacer lo que él you know, y todo eso. And I can see that. I can agree to that to a certain extent, yeah. Because the thing is with me, I have this thing that I like to, I'm biased, and I've been told before, you speak of the exception because you are the exception. And I like to, and sometimes when questions like that are asked, we're generalizing with the general statement. Like the majority says, but I always have to add the exception because I didn't grow up like that. Mm-hmm. So yes, I agree to that to a certain extent. Mm-hmm. I've seen it in other families close by, aunts, uncles, you know, cousins that have been raised that way, but I wasn't raised that like that. No, that never, that wasn't something that was told to me. My mom still asks me when I'm gonna have a baby, but it's no pressure. She's like, I already checked out, mommy. Ya te solté en banda. Ya, it's okay. Like, I know you're about your business. And she had to learn again to understand me, my generation, and the way that we are living life now. At 32 is not the same 32-year-old back then already had their kids at home with the white picket fences, you know, and all that. So it's different.